building buildings, making money, none of that's really going to matter at the end of time. If you've helped to impact somebody's life and make their life easier. I had a really long career with Bridgestone Firestone. My wife has been a school teacher for going 27 years. We've had long careers. We've been fairly successful. We've not been needy. We've been able to help in our community, whether it's helping to serve homeless or take on various charities every year. My wife really motivates a lot of that. So we feel that we're in a position of giving a lot or assisting, whether it's time or finances. So I say it this way, we're pretty set. Well, about 6.5 years ago or somewhere around there, we had a little guy that we were going to go for adoption, and he was born with some special needs. But anyway, there was times when, even with a good salary and benefits, being involved in the union, having some protections, that we were running short and things were tight. So there was times that I actually had to reach out and get assistance. I had that it was my obligation and my duty to take care of my family and provide. And there was times when, sorry, I didn't mean to do that.
No.
You got a little guy that is depending on you, and we're not going to let that go. But you have kids, they have an obligation to, in a relationship with your wife, and if I can't provide, then I didn't do my job, and I'm failing. Well, I had to reach out to my community for help. And so it was a source of embarrassment, but at the same time, I knew I wasn't doing anything wrong. It wasn't because I wasn't trying, but really in my heart of hearts, the thing was, I felt like I owed it back to the United Way, simply because I'd watched some of the things that the United Way does. I've seen it in action. The ERT, emergency response, the steelworkers started that when here a couple of years ago. And what that is they've got a handful of people that go to, like, for example, 5 states around us in Iowa. If we were to have a fatality or a serious injury, such as an amputation or a burn, those kinds of things happen, and it can be life-changing. Even though I'm not a professional, I've never gotten real, you can't prepare for that. But the biggest thing is to show up and show concern and try to assist the best that you can. But one of the things that I rely on heavily is the United Way's 211 program, because I will call up before I even hit the road for that area and find out the United Way that can help me in that area, and then usually print off different things, whether it's daycare or respite care, or we can get them gas cards or anything, and have that list ready so that when I meet and greet for the first time, I'm actually have something that I can offer them that's beneficial, that can make a difference for them. Even in my own case, we talked about it. It's not like I had a hardship or I wasn't going to be able to recoup and I wasn't going to be able to recover, but it was those stressful times when my community had my back and took care of me that I felt that I owed it to my community to give back to them and let them know that the systems do work.